Now, from the Columbia Basin, your local news source, this is iFIBER 1 News, presented in high definition. The #1 source for real-time local news, local sports headlines, and our very own Weather Center forecast covering the entire Columbia Basin. With your iFIBER 1 News team, reporting news in real time as it's happening. From the iFIBER Communications HD broadcast studio in Ephrata, Washington, this is iFIBER 1 News, and it starts now.
Welcome to iFIBER 1 News. I'm Cody Johnson reporting news from around the Columbia Basin for Wednesday, July 10th. Tonight we report on the hunt for the suspects of the stabbing of a teenager in Moses Lake and Moses Lake's approval of a location for the new dog park. We also look at the murder of 2 men near Othello and how a man that Kennewick police shot was released from jail. In sports, the Mariners and Red Sox had a little home run derby of their own last night, and Ephrata is getting ready to host its annual Desert Heat Hoops basketball camp. Our spotlight story tonight is about an Ephrata man teaching primitive skills to people in Moses Lake. And we got the latest weather forecast for the Columbia Basin from the iFIBER 1 Weather Center. Our top story tonight, a hunt for 3 suspects in a stabbing in Moses Lake has turned to Facebook. Suspect Travis Stotts contacted the Grant County Sheriff's Office through their Facebook page. He posted the question, "Why is my name in this?" in regard to the Sheriff's Office naming him as a suspect in the attack on a 16-year-old Moses Lake teen. The victim was stabbed multiple times last night in what appears to be a gang-related fight in the Larson housing area near the intersection of Arlington Drive and Lowry Street. The victim was one of 3 males reportedly driving around the Larson area. They told Sheriff's Office officials they'd confronted 3 other males who were on foot. When the 2 groups started fighting, the 3 pedestrians allegedly revealed knives, and the 16-year-old male was reportedly stabbed multiple times, once in the back. The 3 suspects fled on foot. The victim was taken to Samaritan Hospital in Moses Lake and underwent surgery last night. His current condition is unknown. Investigators were looking for 3 suspects on suspicion of assault in the first degree. 13-year-old Dondre Westwood was arrested near a convenience store in Moses Lake early this morning. Police are still looking for Stotts, who is described as a 17-year-old Caucasian standing 5 feet, 5 inches tall and weighing about 160 pounds. The 3rd suspect, Victor Mia, a 16-year-old Hispanic male, is described as measuring 5 feet, 6 inches tall and weighing about 205 pounds. Anyone with information on their whereabouts or this incident is asked to call the Grant County Sheriff's Office at 509-754-2011, extension 468, or email crimetips@co.grant.wa.us. A group of people in Moses Lake have been working on creating a leash-free dog park. Last night, the city helped them get a little closer to their goal. Here with the story is Spencer Graham and Cameron Probert.
A proposed Moses Lake dog park has a home. The Moses Lake City Council approved locating the dog park in a vacant lot at the corner of Paxton Drive and Murphy Street. The new location will take up a portion of the 10-acre lot, said Friends of the Moses Lake Dog Park member Greg Becken. The council rejected the previous location on Central Drive after administrators brought up plans to use the location for a future fire and police substation. Becken told the council the foundation plans to take donations to install a fence, irrigation, and dog toys in the park. Then the area would be donated to the city.
And as long as this moves forward today, we will be staying with our original time frame indicated here, breaking ground in May of 2014 with the completion date sometime around July of 2014.
Council members raised concerns about the location, asking about whether the entrance would interfere with other traffic and whether fire hydrants were close enough.
And as Spencer pointed out, municipal services has standards in terms of how far those intersections can be from the corners and also where they have to locate if there's a street right across the street. So if that makes any sense, where their access points will somehow kind of be pared down, if you will, as this goes on.
Staff members told the council the issues would be dealt with before the park was finished. For iFIBER 1 News, this is Spencer Graham reporting with Cameron Probert.
2 Othello men were found dead early this morning in a vehicle parked in an orchard about 2 miles southeast of Othello. At about 3 a.m. today, Adams County Sheriff's deputies responded to a report of 2 bodies found in a dark blue Mazda pickup in an orchard in the 1700 block of West Bench Road. 2 Othello men, 29-year-old Gonzales Navarrete and 39-year-old Juan Luis Rizzo Torres, were found dead in the pickup, killed by an apparent gunshot wound. Investigators believe the shooting took place last night between 5 and 10 p.m. Gonzales Navarrete is reportedly an employee of the company that leases the orchard. Anyone with information regarding this incident is asked to call the Adams County Sheriff's Office at 509-488-2061 or 509-659-1122. Each of the people you see here have warrants for their arrest and are wanted by various law enforcement agencies. If you see any of these people, the DOC asks that you not attempt to detain or apprehend them, but to call police. You can also contact the Department of Corrections at 509-764-6180 during the day or 509-762-1160 after 5 p.m. Stay tuned. We'll be right back after these messages with the latest from the iFIBER 1 Weather Center, and we've got sports and more news on the way.